Are you a new manager or are you going to be taking on a new leadership role soon? This video and this series is going to be for you. I'm Alex, I'm a leadership coach. I help people like you be a better leader. And this series, we are breaking down what should a new manager do in the first 30, 60, 90 days. The first thing that I would focus on is shifting my mindset. And I know that might sound cheesy and you're going to be totally overwhelmed with all the things that you have on your plate now, but this is probably one of the most important things that you can really focus on. Shifting your mindset from going from an individual contributor to the team leader takes a lot of focus. Everything that you have learned and focused on up until now has been how to get yourself ahead, how to show that you have been successful. And now you're the leader in charge of other people, and your goal is to develop them, to encourage them, to empower them to take on whatever it is you do. This shift, if you don't make it and you're still focused on your accomplishments and what you need to prove, is going to trip you up faster than anything else. You're going to also be facing different dynamics, right? Maybe you are now leading who were once your peers. Maybe you have some really interesting team dynamics that you've inherited. Maybe you're just trying to get a hold of all your new responsibilities. Understanding what your role is and wrapping your mindset around that, right? Getting the thoughts right in your head so that you're not constantly beating yourself up for maybe a simple mistake or just not knowing what you don't know yet, right? Those types of things are going to be what sets you up for success. So focusing on developing a leadership mindset from the get-go. So having that mindset shift of how can you shift from maybe your own focusing on your own success to now focusing on the team's success. Here are some things I would really focus on in the first couple weeks. One, just observing your team. How do they work? How do they like to work? How do they work well with each other? How do they don't? How do they not work well with each other? Just figuring out who your new team is. Getting to know the individuals, getting to know the team dynamic is going to be critical. I would also schedule one-on-ones right away. I would want to get to know each and every single person individually. They're also going to want to get to know you, especially if you're a new leader and you don't know the team or you're coming into it. But things are changing if you were a peer and now the leader. So getting to know you getting to know them, you can do that through a one-on-one. Side note, I have a great one-on-one guide available if that's something that's new for you. And as part of that initial meeting, I would set some initial goals. Maybe it's on how you want the first 30 days to go. Maybe it's getting to know you and building that team dynamic. Maybe it's just some goals for you of where you want to be in the next 90 days. I know 30 days is what you asked for, but 30 days goes really fast. I like to break it down into quarters, and 90 days seems like a good amount of time to measure some progress. But don't worry, you do you. Okay, so there you have it. For my first step, I would really focus on the mindset shift that you are going to need to take in order to go from individual contributor to a team leader. Stay tuned for the next part of the series where we talk about what to do in your first 90 days as a manager.